Starting. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Now we're on the air. Sorry about that, folks. My Minicam program was getting a little glitchy there. What I was saying earlier, my big question about Trump. He's not a Christian. He's obviously not a Christian. He's not a conservative to judge by his history. If you go by the fact, all the politicians he's been glad handing over the years, and here's my question. My big question is, if Trump is such an obvious rhino, Republican name only, and the main competition, Cruz, for instance, is the go by numbers, by the book, conservative Christian candidate. Why is the establishment berserk attacking Trump? Now, you figure of all the if Trump really is this push, this unprincipled liberal posing as a conservative, he'd be right up the establishment alley. The press should be loving him. The press should be all over him saying, this is the guy that we want. What is it about Trump that they know that we don't? I don't think Trump is, I don't think he's a good first president. I do not think so. But it is very interesting that that everybody, the crusty old compromisers in the GOP and every liberal with aiming in Congress and in the media and everywhere else is scared to death that Trump is going to become president. I mean, even at heights, you did not see people rioting to try and stop, for instance, Reagan or W. Campaigning. We got people out there who are literally blocking traffic to try to stop people from going to Trump rally. There are people out there being physically attacked for wearing Trump buttons and T-shirts. There's one guy got attacked by one of these liberal morons. He was going to the grocery store and some unwashed hippie starts throwing things at him. He said, "You're wearing that Trump T-shirt," and the guy clocked him. Sent him to the emergency room with a broken nose, and from there to jail for assault. And the guy was wearing a T-shirt that said "Triumph." Oh yeah, the Trump bashers are real geniuses. I don't know what to expect out of Trump. I think that's selling. Nobody knows what he's going to do. face it, we are so used to people, who call themselves Republicans and conservatives getting into power and doing nothing. Basically, they just lay down their card surprise. I'm going to turn into a Democrat right after you elected me. Well, actually, the Wall of China was continually being repaired. The thing about the Wall of China, the Great Wall of China worked. It did. It was a fortification across the entire countryside, and it worked. It kept the barbarians out. When the Great Wall of China failed, the only reason that the Great Wall of China failed is because collaborators on the inside opened the gates to the barbarians. It happened 2 or 3 times over the course of history. Walls are very effective, but now you've got traitors up on the standing watch. It's pretty much lost. It's gone. It's over. California is letting illegal immigrants vote. They passed a law saying bring them to vote. Considering that qualifies as like treason. Nobody cares. We have a Congress. We have people in Congress and in the White House that are stomping all over the Constitution on a daily basis, who are violating laws. Everything ranging from Second Amendment, posse comitatus, everything, and nobody cares. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows they're violating the law, that they're breaking the law, and nobody is enforcing the law. let's put it this way. Everybody, the whole your vote counts. No, it doesn't. There are enough illegitimate votes. Let's put it this way. Anybody within earshot, your vote doesn't count. They have dead people voting. Think about this. For every uh, uh, Chicago vote, there's another person who has been in America who has been disenfranchised. And you've got to figure that there are thousands, millions of illegal votes going into the system right now. Your vote doesn't matter. Quit mattering long ago. We've got illegal immigrants voting. We've got people false, you know, uh, dead people being registered to vote. We got people who, just and for every one of those people, every one of those illegal votes represents another American citizen who's been disenfranchised. You might as well be buying a lotto ticket. With as small a percentage as we have of people that actually vote anyway. The people who vote don't matter. The people who count the votes are the ones who matter. Now we've got glitchy, buggy, insecure, computerized voting machines that do all the counting for us. I don't want to talk more politics. I don't, because like I said before, talk politics anymore. You know, it feels like being an adult trying to shout down a room full of 2-year olds in debating. Don't do that. Stop that. Put that down. Take that out of your mouth. That doesn't go there. State Department. I saw this on news. Was it's State Department warns uh, possible terrorist, you know, possible terrorist outbreak in Europe, and like, oh, la and da. Good work there, Clouseau. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty ragged right now. Uh, just a trip to the store. That's all I did. Just a trip to the store, to the bank, to the Kroger's with the bank and the store. I go into the store, go into the bank, uh, took care of some stuff, and bought a few things, came home. That's all. And I feel like I've been run through the ringer. Uh, I'm really getting frustrated here. I really am, because oh, beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. Must be a barge coming through. I'm tired all the time. With so much to do, but I'm tired all the time. All things I have to do just add up and add up, and I can't seem to get ahead of anything anymore. I'm gonna check for a while. I'm not really doing any drawing. I'm just uh, trying to get squared away. Just feel like awful. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how much is left of me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be depressing. I mean to it's just it takes so much time and so much to muster up the energy I used to always have. I mean, back when I first started my comic strips, I'm not joking. I could sit down and I could draw all day long, and I could cook out 3 or 4 comics. Even taking into account various the fact I wasn't nearly as good an artist back then, I still was doing some pretty serious. I could really do the whole grind, and but now it's like something went missing. You know, like lost something. Just I'm angry myself. The angrier I get, the less I can seem to create. Did you ever overeat something? Especially when you were a kid. You got hold like an entire box of candy, or a whole tub of ice cream, or just anything, just, and you sat there and you ate, 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 and glutton around, swung around behind and kicked it right in the backside, and then you just couldn't even look at the stuff for days. That, that's that's how I feel right now. And I'm slacked off and slacked off and slacked off, but and taking hiatuses and all these other things, and I still look at the artwork and the drawing board, and something inside me just goes, yeah, ugh. I can still do it. But it's like every ounce of enjoyment, just about every ounce of enjoyment is gone. I don't feel that all the time. But sometimes it feels like the fire went out and it's never going to be lit the same way again. It's like my creativity took a real terrific, picked a real terrific time to burn out on me. I have got too many obligations to be letting myself slide. I'm sure this is nothing any of y'all are happy to hear. Mm. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I do tend to be very pessimistic, who tend to whine a lot. Let us continue. Excuse me a minute. You ever have the skin around the edge of your fingernails peel back? Just right at the bottom of your fingernail, and it peels back and it stings, and can't quite bandage it, and you can't quite cover it. There was a secret to reigniting the creative spark. Every creative type on the planet will be all over it. I am serious. Let's see here. So I had to take a couple of pain pills, acetaminophen. Maybe it's just spring fever. Of course, had it off at wall for it just to be spring fever. Just that's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. That's the wrong. There you go. I get you to find some sort of energy. I don't know. I'm sorry for being a little quiet. I'm just trying to think, trying to get my brain juices flowing. Afraid right now, really, I haven't got much energy at all. Uh, Preliminary sketch at least, for 3 or 4 strips, and for the probability bomb. One of the things I have to collate some of the information, proof of a young universe. Creation scientists do have quite a list of evidences that the universe is nowhere near as old as atheists claim. You see, most people don't really. You don't realize just how often secular atheists change their story. Uh, Particularly concerning the origins of the universe. Its age. They give a very quick and obvious observations that the universe, for everything that happened to create life to happen, is going to have to be a lot older than they thought. And so every few decades, they increased the age of the universe by an order of magnitude. It was millions of years old now. They say it's billions. Now they're closing in on hundreds of billions, and they're going to push it in trillions soon. Because as the more they study, the more obvious it becomes that the universe in general and life in particular are too complex, too uh, ordered and constructed and intelligently designed for them to happen by accident. And that it would take what they thought was they thought when they first discovered the cell and protoplasm, they figured that protoplasm was just this undifferentiated goop in the cell. They said, oh well, that's pretty easy. Universe could come up with that in a few million years, and they ran with it. And then they realized that cell was a lot more complicated than they thought. And so they had, and all of a sudden, the universe was tens of millions of years old, then hundreds of millions of years old. They did the math once. You take the DNA of a human being, human DNA. Just the species in general. If you combined and recombined and you combined, disassembled, and recombined uh, the building blocks of DNA once a second, would take longer than the most grandiose estimation of the universe's uh, lifespan to randomly assemble several cells worth of human DNA. That's one of the embarrassing facts they don't want to talk about too loud. It's like as if DNA were a combination lock. You would take longer than the estimated lifespan of the universe to decode, random chance. There are certain radioisotopes that blink out of existence in a matter of seconds after their creation. In solid, but they leave behind a halo in the substance in which they are embedded. If if the rock, you find these halos scattered throughout uh, the rocks of this planet. If it had taken millions of years for the Earth to form, those halos would have been they would have formed. The rock would have been liquid. It's just not feasible. The existence of those halos indicate that the rock was solidified almost instantly. Then there's the background radiation of the universe. Basically, if you point a telescope in your direction, you will pick up microwave radiation. It's just the background hum of the universe. And the thing of it is that if the universe was as old as they claim, that background radiation would not be evenly spread. There are other proofs. We're just talking about a young Earth. We're talking about a young universe. As much as that has any meaning, you get on a cosmic scale, time ceases to be a constant. There are places in this universe where time in one place is moving slower than time in another location a short distance away. And the entire universe is like that. And you got to figure out the early stages of creation when the universe was literally being rolled, spread, unfurled like a blanket across the cosmos. The effect that would have on localized time would be rather extreme. It would be perfectly feasible for thousands or even millions of years to pass in one portion of the universe, while only a matter of, say, a few days passed somewhere else. But so the average atheist, evolutionist will, sneer and scoff in my general direction. They won't come up with a real sensible answer. You got one every now and then will throw a few armloads of techno babble on the fire, but you'll never have one that actually genuinely addresses that big old gaping hole in the middle of their cosmic model. They still draw, they still observe the universe and draw maps of it as if it were only three-dimensional. It's a rather localized phenomenon. The idea of a clock being a measuring tool. I've got to hustle. The wolf never leaves the front door. I sent off my lot rent. Sent $400 off for lot rent for my trailer. Trying to catch up for the past month. and some odd. Get home, drop in the mailbox, go to the store, do all this, just come home, and the next electric bill just arrived. TikTok. Thing is, I haven't got a product that sells steadily. I had a few things that seemed to do pretty well for a while, way back in the day, but that's coming on. And really, I have to say, more or less, I'm pretty much running out of ideas. And that's always been a frustration to me. They'll come along with something and this is make something on the side. I'll start doing it, and for instance, I would auction off commissions. Free commission, your character, blah blah blah, and put it up for auction. And people snap at me, and I sold 2 or 3 of them, and I sold a bunch of them. Then I sold 2 or 3. Sold one every blue moon, and I never saw anybody buy another one. Start take commissions, and everybody, you get lots of commissions. I gotta say, I got a lot of commissions. It fits and starts, and it's rare. And it's not predictable, not reliable, to say the least. And then there's you go in there and comics, CDs, comics and DVDs, and the thing is the DVD. It takes a whole year to accumulate enough stuff to put on the DVD. So yeah, I would sell a lot of those, but it was only for a short stretch. And I tried to switch over to where I'm selling books, and the books have never sold as well as the DVDs did. I find that immensely annoying. I've tried selling T-shirts and coffee mugs and bumper stickers, baseball caps, and, well, anything on Cafe Press. I've tried to sell it. Art, poster. I tried selling art posters. Nobody wants those either. Uh, I need to try and focus on returning to where I'm updating my strips, so I get more readers. So get more readers, get more donations, and more pledges, and more commissions, and everything else. Uh, I want to produce a product that is widely. I want to produce something that is widely popular. And if you look at the numbers on my website, even as poorly as update, I get hundreds of thousands or even millions of hits, just bang, 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 people hitting it over and over and over again. And I don't know. I don't know. Create space. I have no idea what create space is. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen it. Let me check it out. Oh, self-publish a book. Self-publishing and free distribution. CDs, DVDs. Create space. I'd go to create space to produce my DVDs. Yeah, I've got them on my files. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna be having them produce my DVDs. I think I gotta run off a copy of it and send it to them. This is why I almost did that Bikini Girl DVD. I won't lie. I thought, okay, I've tried everything else. Boobies still sell. That's what I was thinking. I'm not particularly copacetic about that. I'm not particularly proud of it, and I think I should be more ashamed of it than I am. Of course, I always start getting on this topic whenever I'm stressed about things. Uh, you know, I started doing this broadcast in the hope that I might, hit pay dirt too with this. That I'd start generating interest. People, start generating traffic. I mean, there are people out there who got absolutely craptacular YouTube channels that are generating traffic and revenue out the wing wong. I'm like, why not me? It's because I suck at this. I need to make an open graphic and a closing graphic. Stew on that for a bit. I always had this problem. I would find something new. I'd start, some new career. I'd start, something that's generate a lot of interest, generate a lot of profit. And I would jump on the bandwagon. I'd start doing it too, and it seemed like I don't know, because the instant I would start doing something like that, it would die on the vine. Auction commissions. Oh, big rush! I jumped in on that, and just as the money barge pulled away from the harbor, kabloosh! Missed it. Died on the vine. People started doing, and it's really unsettling. It's really upsetting. It's unsettling and frustrating to me that print books are doing so poorly, especially compared to how the DVDs, the CDs, the DVDs printed over the years just flew off shelves. But like that, everything else, and pretty soon nobody was interested. Everybody was jumping on board with Cafe Press, and I said, okay, that sounds like a good plan. You'll have, merchandise commodity. I don't even have to. I don't even have to. Change up. Just set it up, and have it waiting for him to order. Perfect. And we're selling T-shirts and mugs and everything else. And I set that up. And there. Nobody wanted nothing. Nobody wanted nothing I had for sale. I figured the books would do better than the DVDs because you don't need a computer to read a book. But no, it's highs and lows, and I've never been able to get up on that plateau, where I'm not scratching so hard. I need to, if I had an option, I'd say start me over again. Send me back to when I was 6 years old. Start me over again. I don't know. Okay, it is getting. It is. I am tired, and it has been about close to 2 hours. Hopefully, I will not have any place to go tomorrow. I will be able to stay still, rest, and try and do some work on the artwork instead of running hither, thither, yawning amok. But we'll pick up again tomorrow. Gotta keep it on. Say a prayer for me. I'm a fool. I'm just a fool, and uh, you know, I'm I'm maybe half a point above charity case. If I, If I'm more in my moral aspect, I look in the mirror and I know I'm a charity case. I don't want to be. I want to be better than that. I want to be more than that. I'm so tired of hearing all these success stories, and they all have the same thing in common. They happen to somebody else. I want to be the kind of person who can be success, not be a charity case or a parasite or a tin or a beer or shaking a tin cup. And that takes. And I'm at a point where I'm just starting to get old and my body's starting to break down and the energy I had 10, 20 years ago is gone, and it is a bigger uphill battle than I ever imagined. God can do all things, but I just pray He would do this much. Make a success of me so I'm not a burden to other people. So that I create something that benefits the world, benefits other people, and that can pay my way. I want to be worthy of it. I want to be a diligent, hardworking, honest man, a decent, God-fearing man, one that brings honor to Christ's name, not embarrassment. I don't know if that kind of change is going to happen to me. It's only going to happen by divine grace. That seems in short supply lately. Lord, pray for a fool like me, 'cause I need all the help I can get. Y'all take care of yourselves. I'm calling it a